for Hardpoint, so a brand new look, brand new roster. Maybe they'll come to play.
All right, find out. Red card to start things off. Nice, well-rounded map. Puts everyone to the test real fast. We'll see how the mates fare with a relatively small amount of practice with Priester at the helm now in place for Skies. We'll see if Lunas can keep his thing going. And at 9 and 14 overall this season, again, a pinch of salt, a grain of sand, and a little bit of an asterisk next to all of these numbers. We'll find out if they can turn it around right here and now. Ravens, though, chance a tough competitor again. TJ's on the other team. That's all I know.
And he is to be feared. Now, we know what to expect. We know Carolina brings a super solid game plan to the table. They're going to play good Call of Duty and really force you to beat them. They're not a team that often beats themselves. So bring your A game, see what you can do, and Lynn's off the break, wins the gunfights, gets in time, and sets the ball in motion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. It's a nice set of kills. Not a huge amount of time just yet, but again, we're playing for what looks to be P2 for now. Kiz is going to be the man over there to get eyes on, try to buy some space at this moment in time, but wide open position here. Yeah, he's going to get himself tagged up and slash to the man to get it. Battle over towards mid as well taking place, so a wonderful retake now from the Carolina Royal Ravens. That is your hard point and arguably your P2.
Yeah, well timed for an important moment as well. They're even heads up about the spawns, but maybe just a little bit too slow. Vivid gets caught, but those LAG players, instead of rotating all the way around, I mean, they're just trying to get the boys off the old time. So Carolina, stable over towards the P2 side, but it's going to be mixy as the hill pops. LAG are very close by.
Yeah, in now. Opening fight goes the way of Linz. A little bit of a slide in the dance, and now he's causing problems. There we go. Nice 2 out of Linz. Teach the only man up for the Ravens, keeping this play alive for them. And reckoning, with 45 seconds on this hard point, the Gorillas got the break early on, and this is a lovely hole so far.
The pressure's just been fantastic for him, and I mean, they got everybody in the right spots. Lunar as well over towards the stage, at least get some extra tags in on Slasher after he picks up Vivid, and the tags come in handy. Little assist coming through. Now TJ just diving in, doesn't know what direction to look, and Gwen gets cut down. Perfect moment and a nice sequence of teamwork coming through from LAG. Everybody in the right spots doing their job, and Priest maybe gets caught trying to push out, but still a good chunk of time on P2, and as far as red card goes, sizable lead.
Yeah, sizable lead. An ineffective attack there on P2 from the Ravens. Looking over towards the third hard point, and they will be the first over there. And through the middle of the map, a little bit of an awkward run. Vivid is going to be the little thorn in the soul, the Lego, under the heel, if you will, towards the new point. And right now, Baby's having a good time. They've got themselves a little bit of a setup over towards P3. Again, Gwyn now roaming through mid. 2 dead, not ideal. Here comes number... Oh, it wasn't 3. It was TJ Haley.
Yep, a perfectly timed pinch, everything going right, but that is why we fear TJ Haley. Good lord. Yeah, no, 2-piece was filthy and really going to keep the play up.
Go to Tej again, 4. Make it 5, baby. Looking for number 6 as well, and he's feeling like Tej today, boys and girls. A little bit of a break opportunity right now with the mates still fighting on this one. Time taken away for the Ravens now. We're going to contest this hard point up close. This Slasher, the man with the kills. Vivid on the outside now. He and Gwyn keep the streak safe, patrolling it, walking the beat, and back to Tej. Already on new, and no way he turns for this. He's going to get shot in the back, but that's all right. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes towards the new point.
Yeah, and it'll be an ever-long rotation over to new time. Gwen has a big gunfight against Linz, but Linz much more prepared in that moment. LAG maybe doing a nice job of just taking those long routes off spawn instead of dealing with the spawn trap. Just able to set yourself free. So maintain the lead and kills still flowing. Lunars, I think maybe, you know, a little bit nervy coming to the lead. First match is going to be a little bit tough, but I think the more we've seen him play, the better he has gotten. Certainly a strong showing here so far.
Oh yeah, man, times like these, 11 and 5. I mean, no one is getting the best of him. This beautiful tags in for Priest as well on a 4 spree. And again, just information and damage all over the place. This is a lovely hold to keep his boys with firm fighting ground. But now Vivid and Tej find 3. Last man left alive on the point. Reinforcements from the outside, and you can't get any more done there. 20 seconds to be had here for the Ravens. Can they hold?
No, they cannot. Priest with the instant bounce back and picks up 2. So Carolina, all that fight was for a measly 5 seconds. And on a rotation again, TJ is just in a, you know, an uncomfortable spot fighting for the BS and D spawns. But Linz, I mean, heads up play, he might get caught, but if Lunars gets the trade, maybe he can have an impact. But TJ is backing players down. And this is good time for the Ravens so far, trying to get back in the game.
They're fighting for it. Still on board with Tej. She's got a couple of players to deal with. Number 1, number 2 makes it look so smooth and clean. That is going to be still the hard point in the hands of the Ravens. Eyes forward now. A single lane of attack. You've got Gwyn in the middle. He's going to be taking care of Linz on the push. And now you have it. Over to Slasher, who gets the damage in and the time in and out, looking for that next wave of kills. As again, the mates have been stunned here, Chance. A comeback is certainly on the cards.
And this is a beautiful little moment where everybody's sort of playing their spot in the right way. And then, of course, Kismet goes and breaks it down before you can talk about it. Call of Duty played at light speed from time to time. But Carolina, a really good setup on the P5. Nice little fighting sort of moment. And they're really playing like a stable, contained sort of game. Like, we got Vivid just swinging out, cutting off every single lane of the map. Gwen's got these guys trapped in, and nice little two-piece as well. So maybe not a massive chunk of time on the hill, but Carolina keeping things cool and under control. I mean, they're handling LAG's best hardpoint we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, the last 3 points weren't fantastic in the final set, but that is what you want to be seeing if you're a Ravens fan. Gorillas mate now, second go around. You've got a lead. It is slowly but surely getting away from you now, and you found yourself pinned in. Slasher at 14 and 11, keeping the pressure on the Gorillas mates. No one able to get towards the point. You get some bodies in there now. Are you able to get a lot of time out of P1? That would be fantastic, lads. So you'll take that. Peach on the counterattack, but mates have managed to stabilize.
Yeah, that was an interesting moment as well. It seemed like Slasher had intel on 2 guys inside a ticket, but Carolina just not able to sort of pierce that setup. So I would say Lynn's had a bailout little 2-piece for the moment, but as things progress, Carolina, again, keeping things slow. We're still able to just milk a little bit more time and at least keep LAG away. So the 30-point gap we've seen so far has been consistent, and now Slasher's picking up 3. A big moment here for Carolina on this rotation.
Well, Carolina on the rotation, I'd like to go to the other side and listen to the break with the Los Angeles Gorillas, mate.
Late shot. No, okay, on stage, Austin, what's out mid?
Good spawn, short.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm one shot.
Heavy smart.
I'll see mid.
I'm gonna go.
I have you up short.
I have
up short. Chance again.
Go outer.
Good. Stage absolute.
Okay, here.
Let's get out. I'm gonna get out. Mid pressure also.
Yeah, I'm not committing.
So make noise, because they're gonna pick me up if we don't make noise.
B2 boys,
B2, I'm holding B2. He's top go, one shot. I'll reach up.
What's up, Dad? I'm just playing. One more mid up.
What's up? Yo, he's chilling out to go.
Alright, there's 2 mid up. They're coming B1.
You got it. Nice, good job.
Yo,
B1 with Spiral. Yeah, they're gonna be run to mid shit.
There's 2 out front.
I'm gonna repitch right.
Nice. Front.
I can't get him off time though. I'm one shot.
Nice, shoot up. Nice.
Okay, I heard you.
I'm trying to get ramp. I have ramp.
I'm picking up mid.
I'm going front side dead.
I don't know. Austin's still top somewhere. There's nothing mid, guys. They're funding ramp and ramp.
They're about to trail time.
Too small, guys. He picked time. Yo, B1 in front. I'm taking right out. There's a big time if we get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight this
I'm down the challenge. Yeah, I'm down the challenge.
Got heady, team. Absolute.
Time Reese weak. On the close up Teddy. Try another round.
That's one front. Yeah, one was got heady.
Far gun. And one's ult. Alright, last ult.
I heard you. I'm playing arches.
DJ, old week.
I hear.
I think I'm good.
Okay,
I didn't miss. Can we get in time?
Yeah, money.
Alright.
I'm looking mid right now.
Right, Chance, it was all going great, but Gorillas mates, comms not bad whatsoever, but unable to contend with the might of the Ravens right now. They're walking away on a red card.
Yeah, they have just had a super consistent sort of game plan. I mean, all 4 players seemingly always in the right spot, picking up the right lanes. The timing is good for the breaks, and I don't know if we've had too many like hyper pop-off moments, no crazy 10 sprees from the Carolina boys, nothing like that. But as a team, a well-oiled machine. Now, a moment for LAG to try to take control back, but obviously, again, you're playing against Carolina, you have to work for it.
Yeah, it's not flashy, it's not fancy, it's very clean. This is a good 20 seconds to grab here for the mates. Vivid can't catch him out on the timing. Lynn's submachine gun drives forward. Back on the rotation we go. Gwyn gets the catch on number 1. Oh, can't get the catch on number 2. Pressure now, though, from Slasher as you continue the rotation. And again, once again, Ravens ahead of the game. Gorillas mates will be playing catch-up here.
And TJ, we saw the first go around. He made BS&D his home. This time, though, he gets caught by Lunar. So Slasher has to fill in. A lot less fun to do with an AR, and Slasher doesn't have support. And BS&D is the primary spawn you want to have. So LAG LAG take that from them. But Carolina, I mean, they got the funnel system. It is a mixy moment. Gwyn has let a couple players pass and his teammates are dying on time, but if you get the pinch, get the kills, and get the spawns, you're happy for it, and Gwyn delivers.
Delivers for now, but again, you've got pressure from the spawners up. Yeah, Gwyn unable to get into the hill. Viv is now got to hold this ground. Don't let them get near the point. Try to find those kills in mid. Over to Tej. Catches at least one. Pressure, though, still on the point, and no one in time. Just over 2 minutes of game clock time remaining. It happens on red card, folks. This could be another one.
And this is a big moment, though, with LAG. If these players fall and TJ on the pinch might be able to drop him, but maybe a little bit premature in that moment, and he gets caught. What could have been, but now LAG fighting in the Hardpoint. A tied-up game as we go into new, and it's not likely to end on P1. P2 is probably going to be the ultimate battle, and that's why guys like Vivid are already trying to take this stage. Worried about the right side spawns, but Priesta, too quick for him. LAG, they have the entry kills.
He takes the stage for a second, gets dropped. Ooh, Slasher, I'm going to transition on the next man. TJ finds it on time, but again, a wide open Hardpoint at minute 50 of game clock time now. As the battle from outside, the Ravens flock towards P1. Gorillas mates now in position. As this battle continues, time now for the Ravens. Linz, and he gets a break. Not able to find anything just yet. The nade will get the job done, but again, players all over the place. It is a close fought battle here as we get into the final moments of the map.
And the thinking is, if it's just uncontested time, it'll be better for the Ravens because they got the spawn. So LAG need to take it from them, and Kismet does exactly that. The keep away game continues. Neither team has gotten a good chunk of time on P1, and with the big step to control coming in from Kismet, Carolina can't get it. Carolina can't get a moment to breathe, but they still do have that rotation. This is where the game will be decided.
It's such a close game still. Looking towards new. TJ finds a corner. Slasher on the point. Linz from up top. Priester now on the pinch. Here we go. A defining moment on the map. 3 dead. Last man left alive. Priester. Can't hit any kills. That's a big win from Tej on the back line.
Unstoppable and undeniable, and because he blocked these spawns again, the calculated gameplay, LAG spawning out towards BS&D, it's a hike and a half to get to P2.
Long journey on, here we go. Tej finds 3 in a row. Linz trying to desperation play onto the point. Coverage now from Kiz upstairs. Are you able to get some effective trades here? The dive! Tej somehow gets them both! Another 3 down for the Gorillas, mate.
And this is gonna be your game unless you can fly over on top of Tej and get that final hero play. They're squaring up in final seconds, but where's the double chows coming through? Priesta is there, doesn't want to jump with the boy, and that will be game number 1. TJ, gameplay to be studied. That's how I love to see an SMG play COD.
That's a lot of good time out of the Ravens there. Some great rotations. And fairly easy pickings. I mean, the start of the map, not so much. The Gorillas makes very, very strong opener. Good rotations through the first 3. After that, the end of the first set started to fizzle out. Kudos again to the Ravens. Once they took flight, once they got that uplift, there was no going back. It was cruising. High altitude gameplay right there from the Ravens.
And I just love how like consistent it was. Again, this is like a high scoring game of red card. We had so many red cards go to the game clock. The teams only get to 200 points, the 200, 130 victories. Wild stuff because it can be a bang out map. This was just very controlled gameplay coming in from Carolina. They were able to slow the pace down. They had a tough opening break, went down by 50 points after the first 2 hills, but how many moments did they just create where guys like TH are like, okay, it's the P3, we're in the stairwell. He's swinging out towards bleachers and picking up cutoff kills consistently. He's swinging out towards outer ticket on P5, picking up these rotations, like always in the right spots. And Carolina, known for catching in the highlights, but on both the P2s where they had control, able to effectively block every single spawn and force the emergency spawn out towards where BS&D is, and it just makes the game so slow, and then the kills are so much easier to get for the Carolina boys. I mean, again, well-orchestrated gameplay, and the stats showed it.
Stats show indeed. These highlights were spicy as well. That kill from Gwyn is a very frustrating one, man. I mean, the timing on the nades, you called out the timing in the gameplay in general. A lot of great moments. I thought the listening from the Gorillas mates was also very interesting. Again, as far as we're concerned, a relatively new team. Again, you've got a couple of things to work out here. The second we dived into that listening, it was Kismet saying, comms. Like, we have to focus on what we're doing. They're starting to fall apart. And that was around the time the scoreline did as well. Ravens managed to pull the lead away, and there was no going back. But again, for the Gorillas mates, a good start, but a sort of a tough middle game there. And again, this is the moments from Tej towards the end, some ridiculous wins. 2 guys on the point, I think, was the wildest one for me. This was the kill. I mean, ridiculous. The second snap, fantastic. A little bit of aim assist certainly helps there, but what a 7 spree this was to close the game out. A delightful finish again for the Ravens and a fantastic way to start off their campaign here in round 2 of Minor 2.
And again, outside of the sort of initial break coming in from LAG, Carolina eventually just found their form and like slowed things down. So anytime there's a big bump by LAG, always an instant response from Carolina, at least a little blip in the line going up. So they never let the game go away from them, making sure you're staying ahead of rotations anytime you're ending up sort of down in the feed. And even some of those moments we saw it, right? Kismet's over on big steps, goes on like a little 4 spree, but then you just see in the feed the AR players of Carolina picking apart the reinforcements. SMG is doing their job. Listen, it's beautiful gameplay. We're happy. We're excited for it, and we get to stay on red card, which kind of surprised teams keep letting Carolina play this map because they seem to love it more than life itself. But here we are again, and here we go again. And for LAG, only the second time they've played red card S&D all year. So got to bring a game plan. You know how Carolina are going to play it.
You know what to expect again, and this is where the crumble crumbles. We're going to find out how red card goes in a mo, boys and girls. Chances are obviously you're dressing pretty heavily towards the Ravens and their performances of recent in this map. And again, if you are a Gorillas Mates fan, which I know there are thousands of them, anything can happen right now. Your team is not out of it yet. They've got a newfound confidence making it this far. And a big change there, Chance. Again, Priester has made a big impact. He's been a decisive player, you know, in terms of getting into this game and into the team again. Map 2 against Miami yesterday. Fantastic. 9-3, 8-4 in the game 5. As far as I'm concerned, extremely helpful. 2 opening door wins as well. Certainly helps.
Back-to-back extremely good games. Nothing to complain about there, because I know if you're looking on paper for the S&D players on this roster, Skies is certainly a force. So there's a lot of things happening on this roster, and frankly, battling for a spot on the team. And the S&D is important because that's how LAG won their series yesterday, the 2-3-5. They've now on a 6-loss spree in the Hardpoints, so it's not necessarily the most painful red card to lose, but you do need the bounce back. And again, on a map like this, Lunars, I mean, get prepared. You're about to play a long-time veteran. Slasher's been running S&D and playing for picks quite literally since Lunars was a child.
It's true. It's true. Hearing that Luna's first real comp game was MW2 a few years ago, I was like, wow, he's doing pretty good considering he's not been in the league or even in the scene that very long. But now we're going to put him to the test against one of the true old guard, Slasher. Here on a map like Red Card, he's going to have some tricks up his sleeve. Will the old dog teach the young ones anything this map?
And I'm kind of interested to see what Lunar's role is going to be on the map as well. That's like a triple stack over on the B site, but that is not often the stock and standard.
Uh-oh.
Push coming in from Carolina. Great timing for Lins, but should get traded out. Gwyn there for the trades. Him and TJ always working together. And on the back line, though, Kismet, nice catch. Frankly, might win you the round.
Yeah, this is a real interesting lineup here. A glorious looking mini-map, and again, the depths right now. Gwyn is having to go to catch Kismet, and he's going to get caught. Or is he? Uh-oh. Good nade. And that is a nice bit of lethal usage out of Kismet. What a map he's had so far. And this opening round is definitely looking towards a mate's win.
Oh, this is the... hey, guys. This is a tough 1v3 to catch. Does have a little bit of time, but now you got to clear out 2 SMGs and go collect that bomb in a part of the map that you almost never play.
Yeah, you're not going to get down there too often. Oh, and the smash of glass certainly gives away a little bit. But again, less than 30 seconds to go. Kismet is not giving it up. He's found most of his kills from downstairs here in the parking lot, and he's going to maybe get another one. Luna's possibly spotted Slasher on the cross there. Pick a corner, any corner. As Lidigo has got to clear this, and he cannot. Just shows the tiniest bit too much. Gunned down by their mates, and an interesting opening round, Chance.
Yeah, I mean, Kismet just finds himself again in a section of the map you never see players. Like, you spawn up there and run away, but as soon as he gets that first kill, that's a massive problem Carolina need to solve. And then they sent the guy with the bomb in to try to hunt him down, and unfortunate, you lose that one. I mean, that's just going to be game. But LAG, if you know you have Carolina with the slow play for pick style, take the fight to him. I mean, Kismet just flying through on the flank in that moment. Nice little stack on the B side as well to allow him to get in the mix. So very comfy strat for the round number 1. Now on the attack, looks like the A hit is going to be the call.
Right down the middle. Roger Kiers make his way towards the A bomb site now. And he's managed to dodge nearly everything that's thrown his way. Nothing too close. And a slow round. Very, very slow round here in the second.
And there is no information in this setup. I don't think LAG have seen a soul on either site. And a little bit of noise coming through from the stuns, but Carolina not falling for any baits just yet. But A looks to be the call. So right now, Carolina does have 2 players. I would say 2 players on defensive end, but the second I say A, Slasher starts to wrap. So Carolina consistently in the right place. And LAG, I mean, you're forced to go to the safe side. You are running out of time, but there's a big first blood from Kiz.
That's huge from Kiz. Wow, Linz gets involved as well. Well, you drop a man at the very least. 25 seconds, going to get the bomb planted. Or are we going to push this out? We're going to try to get the last man here. Vivid, dealt with. You can double back for the bomb, but here comes TJ, 3v1, and surely they're able to get over towards the B bomb site. They have the time. It is going to be very tight indeed. And TJ, high IQ, is making the move. But is it going to matter? They've got the doors shut. Lunas might get caught on the entry into the site, but this could happen. Are we going? In goes Teach. Can't get away with his life on the back pedal. Man, that was a wild moment.
That's a great play call, too, from LAG. I love the confidence. It's not an easy one to make with only 25 seconds left on the game clock, but just the wrap out, hey, the flank might be open. TJ is going to be making some type of play. Let's just hit the go button. That is just a comms moment, winning that round from LAG. And, of course, Kismet with the first blood, a 4-0 start. I mean, that's as good as it gets as well.
Spicy, man. Spicy. Good search, though. Wonderful sign again for the Gorillas mates playing these rounds very decisively, making calls as a team and hitting it together. And again, this is exactly what you want to see. Kismet is taking the initiative in both rounds they've won so far. 99 kids, something we say quite regularly. We do mean it, but we have yet to see his final form here on Black Ops 6.
And I'll say as well for LAG, that's back-to-back defensive rounds where the play call pretty on point. I mean, a stack over towards A. They've read the pressure from Carolina right. So again, a team that we are expecting to do their homework. So far, getting an A+, but unfortunately, Kismet falls. Gwyn sniffs out that player, and a first blood is a massive advantage for Carolina.
Yeah, they're looking for the push-up now. He's going to get the plant. Nice shots from Priester. He's not going to commit too far, but again, the one-shot call has been given, and TJ is not going to let him get away with his life, surely. Slasher spots him out on the cross there for a second. Vivid, a bit of an island player, and is lone towards the back end right now, but oh, it works out, boys and girls. Lynn's trying to make his way forward, cut down, and a hail of gunfire and glass. That is it. Ravens, 2-1.
Just such a beautifully simple idea as well, coming in from Carolina. First pick is nice, right? You just catch Kismet trying to play like a different mixy angle, but you make the reads, that's free. Then after, when Priest actually gets the kill on Glenn, TJ just goes and steps right in the exact same spot. He's like, he's not going to read, like, no one's doing it twice. It works out perfectly. Simple stuff, but effective.
Like water. Very simple stuff, but it's effective at quenching thirst. Of the big old glass bottles being seen on the league these days. I hope you boys are recycling. Talking to you, Bruce. No, you drink it too. 2-2 split right now through the middle. Here we go. Gorillas mates banging out. They take it. And a bit of friendly fire, but it don't matter because Kismet kills them all. 6-1.
Yeah, we'll take that. That worked out really well. That could have been a terrifying moment, but now a 2v3 clutch for Slasher and Vivid. And Slasher with one pick, Vivid with another, and Kismet said, hey, guys, what just happened? And by the time Kismet can flank, it's already being read by Slasher. Instantaneous 2v3.
Oh, mix up there. Possibly with the comms of the lineup or the insider ticket. And Slasher, he's not in front of us. He could be behind us. And a glorious turn, even under fire. He does not flinch. He doesn't waver. He manages to win the tough 1v1. Again, you give Kiz the opportunity there and he keeps rolling. That could have been an unbelievable ace.
Yeah, just a great idea coming through though, right? Even with Kismet getting the kills and ticket. For Slasher and Vivid, that means, oh, we got to do something immediately and make some type of play. So, I mean, Slasher's looking for the pick if he can find it, and Vivid getting aggressive on the flank as well. Solid stuff, 2 back-to-back rounds, and once again, the defensive stacks coming from LAG. I mean, they're prioritizing it so heavily, and once again, it's Kismet that's gotten through, and TJ with the bomb is trying to hunt him down. You get the intel, but I'm leaving too, because it's not just Kismet. He brought his friend.
Oh, wow. Tej, what a pain in the ass. No way. Good moves there. Lynn's on the reach out. Vivid's going to commit to this, but oh dear, it might be in vain. Dude. That's right. You're starting to burn through the lives here, lads. And now Slasher outside. Like, what do you mean you're all dead down there? What do you mean the bomb's down there again? Why is this happening again? A 4 spree for Slasher. Doesn't really want to have to commit to this. But he's got to get that bomb back. He's got to get going.
And he does have the jackal in hand as well, but the problem is you have no more information, and Linz is going to get a free kill at some point behind you.
Yeah, as soon as that red dot starts to ring out, yeah, 30 seconds. Here we go. Slasher's making a good case for it. The battle continues, but the trades will not. Gorilla's mates, their defensive rounds are ruthless on the attack there.
But 100%. And I also love the sort of switch up. I think the first round that LAG had on defense where they went like through with the B hit, Kismet was sort of the lone wolf behind enemy lines on the flank, getting in towards that area. This time he brought a friend. Linz was right there with him. So in spite of the fact that TJ makes the adjustment, makes the read, and actually wins that first blood battle because Linz is still there, they just keep killing the bomb carrier in the back of spawn. So Carolina heads up for one adjustment, but LAG, mind games, adding just a little bit of extra flavor. First they brought the salt, now they got the pepper.
It's all the makings of a wonderful, wonderful dinner. Linz getting a little saucy there over the top side. Trophies work out. Just over a minute to roll. Bulldogs found himself a couple of first bloods from his very position. Unfortunately, did not spot Vivid there. Maybe a hint to the player, but again, Slasher, toe to toe now. Yeah, shut that door. Get that door out of here. Keeps that line of sight safe, and now the quick reposition. This could be tremendous from Kismet. He has completely infiltrated the lines right now of the Ravens.
Well, he's just waiting for them to make some sort of mistake. Knows the players above him, knows the players out over towards the pillars by A. The only thing that LAG does not know is that TJ is going to be working a pinch. And in the meantime, it's really just all about timing. TJ's taking a long route, so Kismet is going to make the play off contact, and it is perfect for the first blood, and he gets out because the man that would have traded him, Lunars, is able to catch, and he might get traded, and this is going to be a 2v4. You can't let this happen.
Can't let it happen, kids. It's still rocking. Priest on the bomb site, loses it now 1v1 with 15 seconds to roll. Kismet has got to grab that bomb. He can get the plant down as well, but you've got to go to the inside of goal, so this is a 10-second round. TJ's long gone. Kiz has to recover. Does he have the time?
Man.
He does not. It has to come down to a fight. And that is it. The Ravens have equalized. What a round.
That is insanity. I mean, this was everything perfect from LAG. You get Kiz in the right position. Lunar's got the pick for the trades, and that's an instantaneous 2v4 coming in from Slasher and TJ. In round number one, or their first offensive round, rather, I should say, they did have a moment where they had to make the final play call 20 seconds to go and actually hit B. And it's not easy to make these calls with that little time on the clock. This time, the lack of time haunts them and costs them the round. So maybe just a little bit too slow, even though the idea was there. But Slasher continues to clutch, finding his way, and I mean back towards the standard stuff on the attacking round, but they've had two big bailout rounds.
He's just thinking again about like the route your bomb carrier takes. If he goes down in a bad position, it can cost you just like that. This time though, the bomb is directly where it needs to be. That is on the B bomb site, and now we're trying to see the party. Anybody home? We RSVP'd. Where is everyone? That's right. Luna's on the slow approach now. He's got Linz to back him up. We'll watch the Jackals get roaring soon, but the Ravens are in full setup right now with Slasher on the flank.
And Linz is sort of this linchpin in the rounds. And he's making noise already.
Trying to bait out anything here. Watching a lot of explosives ring. And oh, Linz, he dives through the setup. Oh, he jumps from on top of somebody. Kismet finds one in the back end. 25 seconds to rock and roll here. Lunas enters to no avail. And it looks like Vivid picked up 3 in the end.
Okay, if I'm trying to guess what the idea is there from Linz, it's just we got to retake the site. I'm going to jump in, try to turn some heads, and then my teammates can move after that. I think that's the idea. I don't know if that's necessarily a good one. That's pretty psychopathic because there's a lot of corners you got to check, and the teammates, the spots they're working in from is not ideal. So not the biggest fan of the setup there from LAG, but maybe Carolina, just the team to perfectly capitalize off of it. And I will say LAG has been pretty on point with guessing which site Carolina's going to off the rip. That time they guessed wrong and got punished.
A little bit of a Leroy Jenkins moment, possibly, Chance. It's a classic. I'll see.
At least Leroy heard the calculation of the odds beforehand, though, you know?
And he had chicken. RC from Kiz has been nullified. No problem. They know that Kiz is going to be out of the play for a moment. So again, the Ravens, a very slow march forward. They've got a little bit more space towards the center of the map. Not a huge amount.
The biggest problem for LAG has been the amount of time they've had left on the clock. That's a RC car where 40 seconds has been burned. You haven't moved up, and now an RC car is actually slowing you down again. 45 seconds have gone by. And you're still just trying to work me. This is tough.
Yeah, no, Slash has cleared out the B-bomb site. He's cleared it out for a second. He's got Linz on edge. It's close by. Somebody find it again. We're just ripping through time. Ah, run, Linz! 9 HP. He's hurt. Here come the Ravens, though, picking him up. Oh, boy. It goes off with a bang. And now the battle on the site. And, lads, you've got no time. Lunas has got a gun. Tej can just in and out here. Doesn't have to worry about this fight for too long. Running out of manpower. Running out of time. Gorillas makes again in a bad spot. Luna's fighting. 10 seconds on it. Last man to go. And what a round from the Ravens.
Oy. I'd be giggling too if I was Quinn, because that one I think a little bit easier and a little bit trolly of a round as well. Slasher certainly having himself a very strong game at 8-4. It was his RC car that slowed them down so much and even got the damage done on Linz. That is not a toy you want to find on Christmas at all. But it was also just TJ hanging out in Ticket. He gets the call that Linz is one shot over by Melee, just pokes his head out, gets the freebie kill, and just dips out. And then it's like, hey, there's 25 seconds left on the clock. We have to pick up bomb and do everything. LAG just, the clock has not been their friend.
Yeah, it's a 5v4 right now. Time has been against them nearly always. Huge bomb in hand, and we're creeping towards A under the very slow and patient watch of Slasher right now. Tej on a full spree as well, likely to have an RC car of his own. Oh, Gwyn. Lovely opening exchange, but too many members of the Gorillas for him to deal with, though. Nice first blood again from Kiz.
Too many men. I want to do some pull-ups. TJ, though, in a 3v4. Again, Dicey with the bomb guy, the one doing this, gets the pick. And he's survived and gotten out for the moment. So that's just a gorgeous play from Tej, considering there were 3 purple arrows right next to him. Impressive to survive.
It's a 2-man show right now here with this close to the bomb site. Tej is dancing. Slasher, beautiful shots at range. Nice shots again from Lunas, but not really enough. Linz now has managed to pick up a flank. That's going to be a problem, though. If Slasher does get eyes on. Tej is down now. A 1-man show over by the bomb. Vivid still with a watch for live from behind. But again, the one-eyed Raven this time has got to bring his fight forward. Less than 30 to go. And he will be that watchful man on the bomb.
Yep, and Slasher backed up to play his life because all Vivid is saying is, I got bomb checks, they're not there. Slasher, just protect me. And once again, Father Time comes for us all. Someone's got to hop the bomb, and they're not going to be able to do it.
Nobody beats Time. Hey, nobody got a good record against Time. Lynch is on the defuse, but it's not going to matter, son. The Ravens, an iron grip, and an immaculate hold, and a beautiful round of search and destroy. Gwyn can barely believe it.
I think Gwyn is still waking up, maybe wiping the crust out of his eyes. He just looks, I don't even know. He looks very happy, though. He's a jolly Gwyn on this beautiful Saturday. I don't know what's going on, but Carolina showing off that they are just clear-cut a better team. Even in a 3 versus 4, a guy like TJ just finding the play to get the pick on Priesta. And then Priest is probably looking at it and be like, aren't 3 of you guys right next to me? How did no one get this trade? And by the time they actually try to go in and kill Tej after he's planted the bomb, the better teamwork from Carolina is just there. Slasher's there for the pickup on the trade, but the trade doesn't even come through. Now you got the man advantage. And of course, the long-term problem, you planted for top window, and LAG are just so slow and so far away, never going to be able to crack that code. So Priest might have had a good day in S&D yesterday, but today he got let down and might have let the team down a little bit as well.
We'll find out how this how Center Control goes, folks. But yeah, the Ravens making short work of Kismet there. Basically, the only man certainly putting up a wicked fight as far as the Gorilla mates are concerned. But 2 maps down, maybe 1 to go, Desk.
Maybe
it's
1, dude.
been swift from the Ravens, and I think we can all identify the round where things went wrong for LAG. And you never found your footing if you were LAG afterwards. I'm worried about this squad in a game 3, but more importantly, Carolina looks like they could be a team to watch on their side of the bracket.
Yeah, they look so good, man. I mean, and even some of these tough situations, the round that you mentioned, like the round 6 is the 2v4. TJ gets all the way behind. Slasher just playing patient. TJ is able to just find a kill, immediately guns Lunars, and then they just close in and win that round. And then even as HP down the stretch, it was so close, like so many lead changes, Allie, and then we get down to that, it's that P1, right? And you see LAG investing so many players over towards stage, like they're about to have control of hedges. Yeah. but Carolina not going down without a fight, just getting every single trade that they need. This team is disgusting, bro, on all levels.
They're unreal. I mean, going to this hard point, I mean, LAJ tried to take time and kind of ISO that player by stage and collapsed, but like they died way too early. There's a moment where like Kiz is kind of like the key player and he's pushing through the backside of mid to try and get the wrap on stage, but his teammates are already engaging. So by the time he gets there, 2 of them had fallen and he can't even pick up the last player because all 4 of Carolina Royal Ravens are still up and they're still getting time. So for LAG, just a couple of in-game mistakes for me. It was really unfortunate, but on the side of Carolina, like Hardpoint looks amazing, and that's where they've been struggling this stage. So I'm happy to see this map one go the way it did.
Yeah, like right there, you're seeing LG, like they have the right idea. They just can't get time. Like every time they get a guy over towards Hill, it's like a 2-piece comes in. Carolina's applying that pressure, and then before you know it, TJ's in new all the way in the back, making a huge play, finding kills so far in this series. TJ's been the MVP.
Slasher with a 9 streak early in the game. TJ finishing it with a 6 streak of his own, and it's Carolina taking our first hard point. We have Hacienda, then Protocol will be hard point number 2 if we get to a game 4. Looking forward though. Talk to me about Hacienda for this squad, Alley Cat. Actually, you know what? We got our game 2 highlights going right now. Let's take a look here at Slasher and TJ. They're the real story here. 18 and 9 combined.
They were the story in the map number 1 too. They are feeling so good in this matchup. So map number 1, TJ 35 and 27, Slasher like 31 and 23 or something. Then you go to the map number 2. TJ has 3 first bloods, ends 9 and 5, and Slasher ends 9 and 4. So them two feeling like a duo versus LAG. But instead of Carolina, their defenses were incredible. I felt like throughout the entirety of this map too, and that's something they have been struggling in, I feel like, through the first half of these stages. So Carolina Royal Ravens, great SD out of them from the side of LAG, was promising until it wasn't.
And Kismet goes 12 and 6 for the L.
For the L.
The 6 times he dies are the 6 rounds they lose. How angry are you as a player?
I think you're just incredibly frustrated, right? Because like he's a great Surge player, and you're just seeing like a 2v4. It's 3-2 at that point. Ends up being like a game you feel like you could have won. Like that's a massive swing round. And then even like the hard point you look at, you're like, man, we're so close in that one as well. Just keep making these same mistakes, not taking our time and waiting for an actual good execute on a push. Like this team so far this year, man, gentlemen, it's just a frustrating watch, and you can see it on the player cams.
LAG needs to win 3 straight if they want to survive in this bracket. Currently, 1 game away is Royal Ravens from another top 4 finish and 10 points with the win. Allie, this is going to be a fun day.
This is going to be a fun day. I'm sad that LAG wasn't able to get that 1 round to tie us 1-1, because now we're staring down the barrel of a possible 3-0.
And as you can see on that zoom in, LAG's last match went to a game 5. If they want another one, you got to start right here. Nameless.
It's GG. The desk got all 3 predictions right. I'm calling it right now, man. Might be one of the first times we're unanimous, and it's correct.
While we're waiting on the players, let's take a look here at some of the numbers. When it comes to defense, LAG does not suck.
They don't suck, but I mean, they're 2-2 in control this split versus Carolina Royal Ravens that is 3-1, and
they're the best in the game on defense.
They're the best in the game on defense, but Carolina Royal Ravens is top 3, so like it's really just the battle of maybe who wins an attack or whoever gets that round 5 defense.
You gotta remember, it's a different team, but yes, they played a ton of vault, 8 vaults on the year. A couple of Haciendas, 2-1 on that one. But the last time we did see Carolina on Hacienda control, it was the struggle to get a tick. Like they kept not stacking the points, so maybe there is a little bit of opportunity for LAG here.
Will we get to a protocol? You gotta win control first. Let's send it back to the casters.
It's funny you should say that, Ant. You're absolutely right. Last time, it might have been the very last time we saw them on this map, but we did get to watch the most shambolic, insane control of all time. It was pretty funny. I had a good time, but I don't think the Ravens did. That has definitely gone though, right? Chance, there's that work's been done. That work is finished. They're not that team anymore.
It's been such a long time from that moment. I do just appreciate the defense stats from LAG of like, what are the good stats we can find for this team? Boom, that's the graphic. Put them right here. We got the spot for it, because not a lot of love for LAG this year as a whole, but maybe the come up is inbound. Maybe a reverse sweep on the cards. Or maybe Carolina is going to just continue to feast, because quite frankly, just on a teamwork front, they've been just a clear-cut better team.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, this is the difference between a squad that's a lot more well-practiced and has a lot more confidence under its belt and a squad that's going through, you know, the lineup shuffle. It's very, very difficult. You do need that certain magic, man. The chemistry's got to click immediately for the Gorillas mates, and it has to click now. It is a 1 and done here in Minor 2, and they're a single map away from elimination. Hacienda control has got to be magical, and here we go. Sprinkle it on defense first.
And just to backtrack, it'd be interesting to hear from guys like Gwyn and Lunars as well, of like fairly fresh to like the CDL. What's like the big differences between playing at this level and challengers? Is it just like better gunning from the opposition, or like better teamwork from your teammates, or the enemies have it, or just their thoughts on it? But what we're thinking, they're shooting their guns. A lot of trades rolling through, and Carolina maybe an ever so slight advantage in the round, but a lot of COD left to be played.
Yeah, tons. And this is the way Hacienda's going so far. The Ravens have been kept back as much as possible right now. As you can see, the Gorillas makes defense shuffling around the top corridors, so the top spiral position is going to be loaded. You're not going to be able to get into these corridors without any kind of trouble. So Teach doesn't check that corner. Gwyn thankfully does in the trade. But again, it is a very strong defensive line right now from the Gorillas, mate. They're not letting a lot get out.
Yeah, it's big wins. Every single player on LAG wins their one-on-one gunfights, and Carolina's teamwork is good. They got all the trades, but then you just lose the extra ones. And now Priest is picking up pieces in the feed. Gwyn's the only man keeping the play active, but hops on the B zone, stops the clock, and buys his teammates time. And Vivid, with the Jackal, work himself out of B. The team is here.
Yeah, the lads are flying through fences. Slasher very diligently watching the flank, but no one to be there just yet. Able to get at least one segment done. This is good work. Lovely scramble there from the Ravens to get a little bit of pressure back on there. 50% of the way through B, cleaned up. Teach, last man in. He's going to get some time here before Lunas can get to the fight.
And this is a slow approach by Carolina, but a perfect one as well. You had Slasher watching the deep flank, but you had TJ watching the half flank coming in through dark, so every route covered, every trade is gonna be there, and Gwyn and Slasher deliver the final goods. Nice read from Slasher as well in the end. Coordinated gameplay right now from Carolina, good enough for the B zone.
They're gonna fast shuffle there defensively from the Gorillas, mate. You lose B, you've got to get to A fast. You're checking all the right things, but what you're not looking for is Slasher with a submachine gun, and he's dancing right over towards the A zone. The cap begins, and here we go. A stack as well, so 2 players on it. It's rapidly falling away.
He knows, he's got him dialed in. There's the peak. Priest is still alive. That's 2 ticks of progress gone. Someone's got to find the impact. Slasher simply cannot be stopped. Finally, Kismet takes him down, but the trades are so quick, and everybody is off spawn. And this is going to be a Carolina victory. And frankly, does it really get easier than that? That's textbook work the entire time. All the trades perfect. Every play call's there. Gwyn stops the clock. His teammates all fill in the right place. Everybody in the right spot at the right time. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Carolina.
This is nothing like the Carolina of old on Hacienda. We got a DM from Nameless about the match he was referring to. I think I was referring to a different one. A separate bad map / round from the Ravens. Not this, though, folks. Clean as a whistle as they start things off swimmingly on Hacienda.
And, you know, so much for that defensive stats. No disrespect to LAG as well, because that was a tough one indeed. Had a little bit of control at one point, but ultimately not enough in the tank.
Well, it's the trades, man. It was the Ravens. They break down the defensive setup, which is good enough, but you get in the trades, and once you walk away with a couple of them, the last man left alive is always a Raven, and he's always on the point, and that's all you need. I don't want to really make anything happen just yet, though. The Gorillas makes now as they march their way towards A and B. Oh, it's going to be a 2-man capture over by A for a second, but we might be committing to the top halls. Yeah, we're going to 1-man down low, back over to B, try to maintain that plat presence.
And just another look at the minimap as well. Even when like LAG had the pressure towards the B zone, the Carolina players forcing the spawn out over towards Lambo. So there's just never coordination from the LAG team. They're going to have to do so much extra work to get everybody involved. And even Linz right now, isolated, traded out. They get the identity, they get the kill, and LAG are firmly back to square one, and only 45 seconds left on the clock as well. This is a painful looking round.
Oh, 40 seconds, not over yet. All it takes is one clean set of kills and a stack, and you've got yourself a point. But now the front line being moved forward by the Ravens. And yeah, you are getting held back. Another 10 seconds passes, and only 1 kill goes the way of the Gorillas, mates. And now Gwyn on the flank, looking to find more kills here. This is all time you sorely want. If you're a Gorillas mates fan, and this could be the moment. Uh-oh, Vivid now in the back. Is he able to shut this play down? No. We've stopped the clock. The capture is on.
And as long as he's alive, though, could be a nuisance. Kismet, though, nice pickup, and you have less directions to look. But number 5 got through on the flank. Lunars wasn't quick enough off spawn, so they thought they had it, and instead they get the trades. But Slasher gets a kill before he falls. Linz is looking every single direction. Huge win, and that's good enough for the B zone. They had to work for it, but they played just fast enough to get it done.
Oh, that was great, man. Priest managing to stay alive here for a second longer. Yeah, no way he guns Gwyn in that situation. Not enough HP. Slasher going to re-challenge that. Knows that Linz is going to be rocking a sub. And at 14 to 16, now 13 to 16. Gorillas, mates, you've done a lovely job in fighting forward. You've got yourself another minute. But can you get some of that mid-map presence?
Oh, well, Linz is waiting for his teammates to get out of spawn. Him and Lunar is able to get kills, but all 3 of his teammates are dead. So Linz is playing a completely different game from his teammates right now, looking for the spawn trap with the Jackal. Not easy. Good shots, but now he's going to be introduced to his spawn where the rest of his teammates are.
It's a one and done there. The one pump out of it. Oh, I'm not talking about snaking, boys and girls. Less than 30 seconds to go. Gorillas makes their once again time has ticked away. The life count starting to fall as well. Trying to make something happen. Luna's again anxiously makes his way across to the point. There's so many angles he can be attacked from, and he does get hit immediately. And again, the roaming is on. He's every possible position, has a Raven in there. And Gwyn has just cut them all to pieces. That is a sensational way to close the round out. And the Carolina Royal Ravens go up 2-0.
Yeah, and Gwyn, a little bit of extra love there just to let him know. Disrespectful round, and I mean, one where LAG created opportunities, had some decent moments, but ultimately just not enough is going to be there. They need a little bit extra to bring towards the table, because right now Carolina, again, just super calculated. Kismet had a strong first round, started off 7-7, a lot more painful on offense. The team could not get anything going. I think they just got spawn killed, maybe 3 or 4 different lives each one of those members had.
Yeah, when we saw him roaming rock. Again, right now, it's every possible avenue of attack that the Gorillas mates have got. Ravens identify it, either deal with it initially or reposition and catch them wherever they're trying to go. So everything is being shut right down now for the Gorillas mate. It is not over yet. We still have another couple of rounds, or one more round for the Ravens and a couple to tie it up for the Gorillas. Can we find that special source, lads? They've got defense, statistically the best place for them to be, but there's 3 dead.
Yeah, Vivid, he has been shooting this map. That's a 6 spree in 20-9. Doubled up on the kills of nearly every bit of his opposition, and the man's got a laser beam. He's also been using the Jackal quite a bit more, it seems like, throughout stage 2 than he has been previously. And he enjoys himself a close range gun.
Oh, unfortunate timing.
My bad, brother. I'm so sorry. I was selling it.
We're so excited. We're just excited. Gwyn down low, lovely covering fire there. Teammates got backed up. Vivid by Rock. 20 in the left, and now slowing down. Linz finds a nice 2-piece. Makes it 3 now on the push. Can't get anyone left though. As Gwyn manages to reposition, keep himself safe on the capture towards A, but Linz, oh dear, that timing is unfortunate. At least one player dead to rights there, but now, with less than a minute to rock and roll, we are going to be looking over towards the A zone.
And he hopped on the A zone. Linz gave up Rock Hall, and look where the pressure's coming through now. But hey, he's picked it back up and slams the door shut, so he figured it out too. And now Carolina are introduced to their spawn.
Yeah, they're in their lobby, but Gwyn holds them at bay. 17-11 for Gwyn. Kids on the outside. Beautiful slide right into it. And again, that is this side of the map free of Gorillas mates players. Forward to B you go. The counter-offensive is on, though, for the mates. They are in position to make something happen here, but or are they? No. Priest has got to double back. Are you able to get some kills? And in the meantime, oh dear, what a nade from Priester.
Oh, trophy would have been a dream. Gonna be a little bit more painful, and LAG are swarming around this hill. Gunfights, though, being won by Vivid inside the point, and TJ picks up the extra one, so even with the LAG presence here, Carolina may have had the edge. Linz wins a massive one, though, just to keep the odds up, but you gotta get past Gwyn, and by the time you do, a 1v1 potentially for the time, but Priesta, he ain't challenged. He waited way too long, and the reinforcements are here.
And here's Vivid, and a Vivid too. One more man in office left to deal with, and it's Linz. Will he get it off Cam? He does. Gwyn's there as well for it now. Linz trying to push forward. Can they get the time? They can. Oh my word, ladies and gentlemen. 9 lives either side. The B zone gone. Over to A, already being captured.
Absolutely cat-like, and Vivid 26 and 14 has not particularly slowed down. He got pressure on A, he got TJ out by the rock, and he at least gets traded out. LAG trying to survive in this round in a 7 versus 7, make it 6 now for Carolina. Might effectively be a game of TDM with this much time on the clock.
Slasher is pinned, he's going to be down a life now, so that's 6-5 Ravens. Slow things down a little, find a corner, yeah, wait for a mistake. No lives left now for the Ravens. Gorillas make put himself in an advantage. Trade back and forth, 3v4. Can Vivid find another 1v1 win? The answer is no. Linz puts his boys in the best possible position they've been in all map long.
Yeah, just getting caught. The respawn jitters. You got to slow the pace down with this much time and start throwing shoulders like crazy, get every bit of intel. But LAG grouped up together. They should be good for this round. Slasher on a deep route, but it's just the setup. Like number 2 and number 3, even if you pick one, the trade should be there. Someone's gonna have to go crazy.
Yeah, he gets caught out in the middle of the map, so this is gonna be the setup. Whoa, nice shots. Gorillas mates, they buy themselves a lifeline here in control, and that's the defense we were looking for. And they do it again.
I think they just had more pop-off moments, I feel like, right? Like Gwyn might have been the guy getting the best play to like get out of spawn, but I think while this was happening, like Lunars might have been the guy picking up 2 like over towards the well side of the map. So Gwyn at this moment is just trading out 2 of his teammates that were dead. So Lunars is making nice plays. We saw the same thing from Linz. 3-piece over by Rock Call, follows that up on the same life, gets another big 2, and I think LAG just able to string together enough big moments to stave off the pressure from Carolina.
And that's been the name of the game, and the Ravens' pressure. I mean, watching them, the way they run the map, they're in your face most of the time, and if they're not in your face, they're in a corner. So you're either being dealt with immediately, or you're having a second guess every move you make, because they could be in, you know, power positions, or they could be in deep corners. So it's such a hard map to play against them right now, and they're playing their advantages as well. As soon as they get those numbers, they are up. And here we go, a perfect example of that. Forward they fly, trying to get one more man here out of Kiz, battling their way through the map. Beautiful shots from Kismet.
And nice shots, but this is just trying to keep things open. I saw the teamwork there from TJ and Vivid. I mean, perfection over towards the defensive side of the map. And whenever there's presence, Carolina, very quick to be here for the trades. LAG trying to group up and just get this off his control. And Lunars is going to get it. Nice gunfight win. Unfortunately, you're not winning every single gunfight, but you do have pressure on both zones.
Well, Gwyn's going to try to save this one. Caprice to check it in time. Now he's on the outside. That's the contest. That's the cleanup. Luna's right in there. Gwyn still dancing. A very difficult 1v1. Old pal. He's done it again. Gwyn's through the outside. And now he's clearing the zone.
I mean, fool you once, shame on Gwyn. Fool you twice. Guys, pick up the route. Like, it's the exact same thing, but yeah, nice little sequence there. Gwyn just soloing it over towards the B zone, and now guys like TJ in position, waiting to just shoot some players in the back. The B zone is left open, but TJ again, quick on the flank, gonna be looking for the kill and taking his time for it. TJ, I mean, he's happy. He's enjoying himself.
Yeah. Big win.
Ouch.
Kismet. Big win. Single segment gonna be. Slasher now moving forward as well. Gwyn on the pinch. Should be able to clear the point out. Process of elimination. There he is. But Kismet. Shot in the back. Slasher makes safe the B zone. Now, over towards A, though, that's really where we're stopping the clock, and that's where we're making things happen. But bad news, you've got no top presence. You've got a lot of work to be done still over by the A zone, but all those windows for the Ravens, and they peck the players from A. Final chances. Now over towards B, and they've got the numbers. Can TJ get more than 1? He can. Can he get 3? No, he can't. On the B zone you go.
It should be it. It should be it, though. Slasher, he's got to stand off battle with Linz, and Linz is going to, yeah, just overwhelm the teamwork too good. And final kill rolling through. He's off the zone, flood in towards A. Last-ditch effort, and no dice. Clean, comfortable, easy. 3-0 for Carolina Ravens.
3-0 for the Carolina Royal Ravens. Attacking rounds that were fantastic, but decisive defensive rounds that were as persistent as Alley Cat's cough. They could not be stopped. Gorillas mates, we bid you adieu here in Minor 2. Not even the resurgence from Priest that could help them rock and roll their way through this one, but the Ravens, an incredibly formidable opponent at GG.
Yeah, an absolute whooping, and that is the type of series that just it removes all doubt, if there was any, about Carolina being the better team in this series. Across all game modes, it seemed like they had a very comfortable time. The teamwork on full display, everybody getting in the mix, the damage output very comparable across the board, and great assists as well. Truly, no weaknesses there, but maybe tip the cap to Vivid for the MVP. 31 kills, 10 on the objective as well. Really been enjoying Vivid's gameplay throughout stage 2. He has been a force.
He started, what, we 22-9 at one point, so he certainly slowed down. But as far as the team, they did not slow down for a second. 202, 6-3, 3-1.